Sorry, everybody, because of my recent surgery, my hand is now stuck like this. Foul on the joke. Too funny. Welcome back, everybody, to the Zephbug experience. My name is Aiden, and today I will be your guide. Sorry if I look like shit. I do. I can't really do much, right? Like shower or take care of myself, so this is what you get. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, I started playing soccer, and I loved soccer. From what I've always been told, I was actually pretty good at it as well, but the only memory I have from that time of me playing soccer was the one time I stole the ball from the other team and then turned around and ran it back to my goal and scored on my own team. But I've been told I was all right at it. Because I moved around a lot as a kid, I couldn't really be on a sports team, and so I didn't start playing soccer again until I was about 13 or 14 years old. And I played it all the way until I started doing theater in high school. Because the other teammates weren't very kind to me, especially the coaches, which was always interesting to me. The worst was when, after 4 or 5 months of rehearsal for a show that was coming up for my theater club that I did, I had to, it was finally the weekend of the production, and so I had to miss one weekend of a game. I had to miss a single soccer game, and that was the final straw. Things got a lot worse for me on the soccer team after that. Anyways, all of this is a long-winded way of saying that's why Blue Lock, the anime, kept on catching my eye when I saw it on streaming platforms, because it was like soccer anime. But I was also really hesitant because it was like soccer anime? But with all of the extra time I have found myself with because of this surgery and sitting at home doing nothing, I decided I would find out for both of us. Is Blue Lock worth watching? All right, we're gonna take a quick break just to let you know that this video is brought to you by me. Please subscribe. Based on the manga originally released in a shonen magazine since 2018, the anime first aired in October of 2022 and chronicles the first 94 chapters of the manga out of the current 268. Tired of never having won the World Cup, the Japan Football Union sends letters out to the top 300 strikers across schools in the nation and invites students under 18 to become a certified athlete. Our story follows Isagi Yoichi, fresh off the same day of losing national pre-qualifiers and screaming about it on the way home. He also receives one of these letters. It is at this invitation we are introduced to Ego, looking like Vector from Despicable Me. Being the mastermind, he bestows upon us the divine knowledge of what Blue Lock is. A facility designed with one purpose, and that... A facility designed with one purpose, and that is designing and building the greatest striker the world has ever known. For those of you who don't play football or soccer, whichever you say, the striker is the guys up front who shoot goals. In this facility, the Chosen must go through a series of challenges put together by Ego. Sometimes there are team challenges, and sometimes the teams will be rivals. They'll go against each other. The drama. So what's on the line? If you train and lose at Blue Lock, you lose the ability to ever qualify for Japan's World Cup team. Essentially, your dreams are crushed and everything that you've ever worked for is dead in its wake. And oh my god, this show is over the top in all of the ways that you want it to be. A big part of this show and the Blue Lock facility mindset is that they are encouraging players to follow their ego and to give up on soccer as like a team sport. Your teammates are there for nothing else other than to set up plays for you to score goals. That's just like one example of like the mindset. Another example is when given the chance to switch teams at certain points, the reasons that people end up going with certain people and like the way that the teams switch up, it's just every time the teams would like rotate even a little bit, I was just like, oh fuck, that's so good. That's so, the show has the smallest moments of humor, both on and off the field, but it never slows down or distracts from the high intensity soccer that's at play. In the very beginning of the show, like the first scene, Isugi is dribbling the ball upfield in the pre-qualifiers for nationals, just so in his head going, nationals, 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 over and over again. And for me, the real hilarity of this show comes from realizing in a moment where you're just like, oh, that's so real. The absolute intensity of every soccer game, where every thought or move is 15 to 20 seconds of monologuing, and then it just zooms out and the dude's just playing soccer. These situations will play out after these long, intense, like, thought monologues, and you're just left there like, yeah, that was just a crazy, big-brained soccer play. Like, the way that everything is presented is so extreme, but they're just playing soccer. Like, none of them are actually doing anything like superhuman per se. Like, they're just playing soccer. These high intensity moments of like movement and like thought process are animated and feel the way as watching other shonens like Naruto, Dragon Ball, Hunter x Hunter, My Hero Academia, where the characters are powering up and they just have these auras around them. At one point, a character even outwardly compares watching them play soccer to watching a character go Super Saiyan, and Ego responds to this by saying something along the lines of, "That's just a metaphor used by people who have never experienced the thrill of having talent." I don't know how else to explain it. It just feels like it's coming from a place of somebody who understands what it's like to be on that, like a soccer team growing up and playing against different kids and seeing those things that make kids act a certain way or play a certain way, whether it's like arrogantly or like, oh, they know that like passing the ball is going to help them score. But then they take those aspects of them and turn it up to 100 and are like, actually, that's like the moment they unlocked. Like that piece is the moment that they became a soccer Super Saiyan. Like became a level 1 instead of a level 0 NPC. So I guess I'll just answer it right now, right here. Was Blue Lock worth watching? Yeah. I was never amazing at soccer on a technical level, but I understood it. I have never been a huge sports person in general, but soccer was the one that I think I could have made a better coach than I was a player. But this show just connected and unlocked that little special, that little juice that like, that's why I loved playing. I even started reading the manga, which has never happened before. I honestly have never really read any manga except for like a few like editions of things here or there, but this time I was like, I want to know what happens. We'll see how that goes though. I've never been that good at reading. This show just does such a good job start to finish of the build-up and like placing the characters and like setting up the villains in a way. And I was just, cheering at my TV when somebody would go in for like a highlight shot or so. It was so cool. And so Zephbug says, if you're a feet lover, this one's for you. We're back to let you know that this video once again is sponsored by me. Please subscribe and like the video. Thank you genuinely though, guys, so much for watching. If you watched all of however many minutes this video is, I thank you so much. I appreciate you being here at the end with me. Maybe you should consider, sticking around. Or, if you're not convinced yet, please go watch one of my other videos, maybe listed here on the screen somewhere at this point in time. And let me try to convince you. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys real soon with another banger.